Lads, what's up? Welcome to this watch along. St.Patrick taking on Shamrock Rovers in what is a top of the table clash. First game of the second round, I suppose they drew 1-1 at Tallaght Stadium in the first match. I think you'll remember. Andrew Wright, yeah, I don't know. He's I don't think he'll be back to the League of Ireland though, Lenny, to be honest with you. How's it going, lads? Predictions, guys. Lenny goes 2-1 Rovers. Fuck you. No. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be a draw. Like, just looking at the teams here quickly, I could name Pats' team really, but no Benson. Interestingly for Pats, he was out injured, but supposed to be back today, but he's not even on the bench, which is a shock. Yaris and goal, Mountney, you've got Birmingham, Desmond Bones, so they're going back to a back four. Lewis Forrester led in midfield, Smith, King, and Coughlin, the front three. Shamrock Rovers, a few interesting Shamrock Rovers picks, I think, to be honest. They've gone with Madison goal, three at the back, Grace, Hoare, O'Brien, fair enough. Scales wing back, Finn though, right wing back, ahead of Gannon. And in midfield they've gone for Watts, O'Neill. The caption it says is it's three, like Mandrew in the wing, Burke in the wing, Gaffney up front. It won't be like that though. Mandrew will play as partial. It'll be like a diamond formation, so it'll be Watts, O'Neill, Mandrew, and Burke type thing. So it will. So Waterford are playing their nice sides. Strange. Cabell could do that, to be honest. They just chose not to do it, to be honest with you. And they lost 3-0. But it looks like Waterford are going to have to do the same for 2 weeks in a row. So it's a difficult one. Could you imagine any team really? Like, imagine you were at the top of the table, like, and there was a case of COVID, and you had to put out your under 19s for 2 games in a row. Because I'll be honest, it's highly unlikely you're going to get any points. Highly unlikely you're going to get any points. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind, give the video a thumbs up. It'd be great. So obviously other games on this evening as well. We've got Bohemians against Finn Harps. Bulls really need to win that, honestly. It's not going to be easy. And we have, Waterford dropped, obviously, yeah. I don't know. I honestly think Waterford will do well to lose 2-0, honestly. Thank you very much. I think Waterford will do well. I'll put it here. I'll leave it there just in case. I think Waterford will do well to lose 2-0, to be honest. Could you imagine Rovers getting on Pats because of it? Yeah. But Jamie, could you imagine Pats were doing well and that happened to them and they lose 2 games by default, pretty much? Sickening. Gone to that watching Pats Rovers. Yeah, I'm a Chelsea fan myself, so I'm kind of keeping an eye on it. I'll be honest, I'd take a draw at Man City after the game during the week against Madrid as well. A bit of rotation. I know both teams have rotation, but Man City are quality. And also, I kind of don't want to beat Man City because there's no way Chelsea beat them only a week and a half ago or so. There's no way you're beating them 3 times in a month or so. So, you know what I mean? Very quiet at Richmond Park. No players out yet or anything. It's actually a lovely day for a game as well, to be honest with you. It's actually warm out there. That's another thing to consider. It's going to be warm, I think. It's a pity, Jamie. It's a pity fans can't get in. I mean, Richmond Park would be bouncing for this one at this stage of the season, to be fair. It's a weird one, though, because on one hand, like, you have to remember, people are saying Pats have done well against Rovers in the last few years, despite Pats not doing well. And they have. But this is the first time Pats are playing Rovers in a couple of years, or any team in a couple of years that, you know, I'm not saying they're going to challenge for the title, but after 10 games, will be the 10th game. You know, Pats aren't used to a big top of the table, let's say, clash at any point in the season in the last few years. Will they be able to handle that as a question? I think Rovers will see this as a game to issue a statement, to be honest with you. Well done, Niall, good man. How are you? They could well see this as a game where, look, let's put Pats are our nearest challengers as we speak. Let's put them back in our box. So in that sense, I wouldn't be shocked to see Shamrock Rovers put out their best display of the season here. So there's that side of it as well. There's the other side of it is if Pats kind of play in general like they have played so far this season, they're capable of getting a result here. So, but Callum, they could still finish sixth, who knows? But I thought I didn't put us in the running for Europe either, if I'm honest with you, because we flattered to deceive the last few seasons, brought in a lot of big names, and they flattered to deceive. But definitely, Brian Kerr, is it? Definitely the attitude, and like Stephen O'Donnell probably hasn't got too much credit yet, but you have to give him credit for I suppose getting rid of players who weren't great in the dressing room, let's say, and added players that are like, you know, the likes of Roland Coughlin was always going to be a good signing. Every week I've seen him play for Sligo. At the very least, he's going to work his socks off. Sam Bowen the same. So those type of players, Mountney, at the very least, if they're not going to play well, they're going to work their socks off at the very least. Like Coughlin, for example, has been involved 7 goal involvements this season. I think Pats have scored 14, so that's pretty good. Manny Smith, another one like that as well. So they obviously have quality. It helps saying that Chris Forrester has been playing on real football this season as well. And that's going to be interesting to see how Shamrock Rovers deal with that today, because usually when you're playing Shamrock Rovers, you're trying to deal with them in midfield, but the Pats midfield is pretty much as good as the Rovers midfield, to be completely honest with you. And on form, you know, Forrester's probably the pick of the bunch, but Rovers still have, you know, you have Danny Mandrew there. Graham Burke is a very dangerous player because he doesn't play up front or he doesn't play midfield. He's just so elusive, very dangerous his movements. Very, very dangerous player. O'Neill, Watts are decent in midfield as well, so it'll be interesting to see how Lennon and Lewis do there. I don't think Lennon had his best game by any means against Sligo. I thought he was poor. He ended up getting taken off, I think, after 60 minutes roughly, but I thought he had, for his standards this season and the back end of last season, a very poor game. A bit better, the light, I don't know. We nearly drew with them. What's that? United Park, they aren't a team to be afraid of. No, Jake, they aren't a team to be afraid of, but that's my point. They haven't been playing well in a lot of the games this season, but if they do turn it on, even someone in form like Pats could well struggle to beat them to even get a point. So, you know, they have that. Yeah, it is on TV, man. It's on. No, sorry, it's not on TV. No, it's not. It's on Watch LOI. It's not on TV. Sheffield Wednesday, yeah, I remember when they were in the Premier League a long time ago. What time is it actually there, guys? Where are we at? We're 5 minutes to kick off. No team's out yet, actually. Any predictions for Bowes, Finn Harps, Waterford, Drogheda, guys? It's very difficult to tip Waterford getting anything against Drogheda. If it wasn't, I'd be really interested to see that game if I wasn't watching this game as such. Very difficult for under-19s to come out there and have to put on forwards. To be a bit nervous as well, I'd say, to be honest with you. Aaron Green out for 2 weeks, small fractures ankle. That's true, Keith. That said, Gaffney is probably a bigger threat when it comes to goals. So, yeah, no, he is technically a loss. Waterford nil, Drogheda 138. Is that all? Uncle being a Pat supporter from a young age, seriously miss going to games though. Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah. How old are you, Niall? If you don't mind me asking, or at least give me a rough estimate. Again, guys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and please like the video. The commentary team is on here now. I think I'll keep the volume like that though. I don't really like the volume on when I'm doing this, really. Guys, I'll be doing starting anyway a jersey giveaway tomorrow, so make sure you follow me on Instagram at Irish Footy Vlogs. And what else? Yeah, make sure you follow me there to keep an eye on that, because it'll be announced on Instagram as well, and you'll have to follow me on Instagram to be in with a chance. So if you can, that'd be much appreciated, guys. Would be funny if Rovers lost this, considering they've just beaten the record, haven't they? if one of our managed to draw or win, it'd be amazing, to be honest with you. Late 30s, we need to say the last 7 years. What team is that? Is that Seattle Sounders? I see in the crest. Jake, Luke McQuillan will come on 5 minutes ago here if the game is over as well. I'll send updates. I'll have them here as well. It'll be interesting, actually, Jake, to see how Waterford actually get on. Like, will they be nervous? Like, will they? They're going to have to do the same next week, as far as I'm aware, against Sligo as well. So that's a killer for any team. Let's be honest. Like, but Rovers break the unbeaten record. 31 games, I believe, is the unbeaten record. For any team, stretching back a long time. Can't remember how many years. Over 50 years, anyway, I believe. Interesting, the Rovers gone for Finn at right wing back, actually, ahead of Gannon too, I think. Might turn up slightly, lads, if that's all right. If Pats were to win, see, the problem is if Pats were to win, but if Pats were to win this as well, suddenly people are going to start talking about them. If they win this, they're obviously ahead of Shamrock Rovers. 10 games in, to be still unbeaten, beating Shamrock Rovers is a big statement. That's a problem in itself, because, you know, when people start talking about you and you're not used to being in title races, that's when it becomes dodgy, in my opinion. You know. To be fair to Pats and Sligo, though, particularly them two, I don't think Dundalk and Bowls are going to catch them, though. To be honest, I don't think they are. I don't think they're enough. They don't have that team bond and ethics, seemingly, that Sligo and Pats do have at this minute in time, to be honest with you. And I think it's a long way back for both sides. Is Waterford feeling their turn, their 19s? Yeah, they are, Brian, actually. And they're going to have to do so, I think, next week too, by the sounds of things. I'm not sure about having the likes of, and it's not offensive, Jared Bryan, but having him as a co-commentator, because he's too close, if you get me, to the club. And you get a lot of people, they're doing that for a lot of the teams that are home, like, so they're not going to really say much, let's say. Watch out. 3 penalties in the game. Waterford will go down. I think they're going to finish in the bottom two, to be honest, yeah. I do think there's some nice players, though, but it's a case of who do you see finishing under them, and it's very difficult to say. Jake. That's true. Is Mike McKenna playing well for Treaty? Haven't really seen. I don't know. I haven't seen any Treaty games, to be fair. I'd have to. Keane might watch 1 or 2, so I'd have to throw that on him. That's the Premier League. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I watch the League of Ireland more, though, to be honest. Like, but yeah, I'd watch games and Champions League games and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely. Just about to kick off now, guys. It's going to be interesting to see how both teams approach the game, because both teams like to play in midfield an awful lot. It's going to be interesting to see if it's going to be pressing as such or I don't know. I'm just looking at something there, guys. I was looking at actually there, but I've heard there's going to be serious problems at Dundalk, to be honest, serious issues at Dundalk. Philip's just mentioned something there, but let's just say that Jim Magilton is on a big wage, to say the least, and he's on a 4-year contract, which is mental, in my opinion, in the League of Ireland. Mental, in my opinion. I'll throw this at you guys, right? Don't ask me how or don't ask me where or whatever, but I do know. Guess how much, Philip, you as well, guess how much the wage bill is at Dundalk. Right? Stick it in the posts and I'll tell you if you're warm or not. For this year, the wage bill at Dundalk. Interestingly, Paddy Barrett was injured in a warm-up here, guys, and Pat's had to change their shape. That said, they're well familiar with this shape. I don't think it'll be a problem. It seems a bit bobbly, doesn't it? Exactly, Rory. That's exactly it. Yeah. Really, Philip? Brian is closer, much closer. No, you were closer the first time, Brian. Philip is nowhere near close enough. No, higher. Philip, by the way, Drogheda, for example, is 400k. Drogheda United is 400k. I'll give you that, okay? Roughly, like. No, Brian was no lower. Brian, Tippling and Hurling been okay. 1.2 million. Reminds me of Cork. Yeah. And then if they don't get into Europe, Dundalk this season, oh my god. No, Brian, you're closer. What did you say the first time? I'll just tell you, 2.5 million. 2.5 million. It's their wage bill. I'll just stick that in case anyone didn't hear me. It's just, Philip, it's unsustainable, like, you know, and I don't know. I don't see any way out for them, like. I don't see, like, how do you get out of that, like, you know, and especially if they don't qualify for Europe and stuff. There's certain players who got signing on fees as well. Some of the actual, it's a goal! Chris Forrester's put Pats ahead, lads, 1-0. I don't know what happened really because I was too busy talking, but it was a lovely ball across and Forrester just gets into the box and for him, it's a scruffy enough goal. But Pat's lead, Shamrock Rovers 1-0 here early doors. What a start. What a start. Just no replay, but he just arrived into the box, guys, the right time. Pats have plenty of bodies in the box, and Forrester gets in and puts Pats 1-0 up. Big test for Shamrock Rovers now. Yeah, Philip, I mean, it's just unsustainable. I'd hate if Pats were at that or any other club. We've seen this before, haven't we, with clubs? I've seen it before in the 90s with Shelburne. Now, in fairness, Dundalk have had a lot of success, and you can't begrudge them that. But since they've lost Kenny in particular, I know Perth was successful for a year as well. It's just been going down, like. But an early goal for this game is fantastic, guys. It really is a great start for this game, and probably particularly Pat scoring. If you're a neutral, you probably want Pat scoring early in this game, to be perfectly honest, because it just makes it that bit more interesting, I think, as well. That's 1-0.
Sorry, nerd. Hard not to hear it.
Thank you. Might get bread with it, actually.
Do you want to butter, sir?
White bread, please. I can't leave this and just leave it blank. Yeah, I don't know, John. I mean, watch out, there'll be Rovers playing 5 minutes probably. But yeah, go back to Dundalk quickly. It's just like, how can you deal? Like, how can you have a way? Giving players signing on fees, lads. You know, like these players aren't going to care, even if they're talented. They're not going to care, really, are they? Therefore, there's no fighting them. If they don't qualify for Europe, I don't know what's going to happen with Dundalk in the next couple of years. I really don't. It's a serious issue. Rovers now will want to. What Pats can't do here, scoring early. Obviously, Rovers will up the tempo. There's no doubt about it. And they're capable of forcing teams back. But Pats don't want to defend deep as such. Excuse me. Yeah, Des, absolutely. Cheers, Des. Here comes Forrester on the left. Good skill by Forrester. He's in again. No, plays it to Birmingham. Oh, what a chance to make it 2-0 for Ian Birmingham. Should Forrester go himself there, guys? I know he's selfish and that, but should he pull it on his right foot? Birmingham could score there, though. He really could. It's 1-0 to Pats. Yeah, almost 2. Yeah, Philip, that's what you're going to get when players are coming in with these big wages and that. It's unsustainable for a League of Ireland club. Thank you. More of a snack than dinner, lads. I've had a few stomach issues the last few days, so I'm kind of just chicken sandwich, basically. Yeah, they are recycling too many players, but as I said, they're bringing them in big wages, big signing on fees. I mean, Irish clubs, League of Ireland clubs giving players signing on fees. Magilton is on a huge contract as well. Huge contract. And he's on massive wages as well. Massive wages, Jim Magilton. Really, like huge wages. Zadbu is one of the players, though, that got signed on fee, though. It just, I don't know. Rovers, obviously Pats have started brilliantly here. Rovers trying to get in the ball. Could easily be 2-0, but it is 1-0. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. As we said before, we've seen it before with League of Ireland clubs. And like, what happens if Dundalk don't get into Europe? And I'm not sure they will get into Europe unless they win the Cup, maybe. And you can't just get rid of those players either in big wages. If they're on contracts and big wages and they find they're struggling, those players are no obligation for those players to rip up their contracts. They probably should, Brian, but they probably won't either. Clubs have to be smart. They just have to be smart. But do Peak 6 care? Or Bale in particular? Probably not. Philip, what exactly is the protest about? Here come Rovers now. Can they create something? Pat's very deep in their box here all of a sudden, though. Defending by Coughlin, but still 0-0 in the other games, by the way. It's only early, Craig, to be fair. But could easily be 2 down with Birmingham's opportunity there. That's messing. What's Lennon doing there? He's giving it away. Here comes Rory Gaffney. Might get away with it here. Flipping hell, Lennon. That was messy, wasn't it? Can't be sloppy against a team like Shamrock Rovers. Lennon had a poor game against Sligo last week. He was their worst player in the park. Yeah. But the funny thing is, Philip, I don't think they even get what exactly is going on at Dundalk. If you get me, like, if they knew, they'd even be more angry, put it that way. Still 0-0 in the other games, guys. So Waterford doing well so far, to be honest. Very congested in midfield, which probably suits Pats at the minute, considering they're ahead. So probably suits them at this minute in time, guys. Coughlin has kind of moved out to the right now. They tend to do that, Pats, where they kind of switch King, Coughlin, Smith up. I understand why they do it, but I do generally prefer Coughlin throughout the middle if possible. To be honest, really switch now again with Smith. So Coughlin's back more central. Smith is on the right. King must be obviously on the left. There's Keano. I thought it was Keano at Richmond Park, guys. I don't see him. You're not there, Keane, no? Chris Forrester got the goal, Kevin. They almost made it 2-0 minutes later, where Forrester got inside and played a ball back to Birmingham on the overlap, and he just failed to hit the corner. But it was a good chance to make it 2. Oh, you are behind the goal. I haven't seen you. Must be hiding under those fucking black bags. Forrester the Bulls bollocks. He's more of a Mr. Pats now, Craig. I know he started off there, but I don't think he's there but consuming invisible potion. Rovers passing the ball very slowly around the back. That suits Pats, obviously. The goal where Shamrock Rovers are shooting into, basically. Oh, no, he's up there, is he? No, who's up there? That's someone else up there. He scored for Bowes. Have Bowes taken the lead? It's 0-0 as far as I can see here. Excuse me. The only chance Rovers had, when I say chance, opportunity, was when Lennon gave the ball away, and they could have had an opportunity that they didn't make the best of. But Pats have been comfortable so far. It's always dangerous to say. Nah, Jake. I think Pats Europe has to be. You have to be happy in top three. Coming for the cup. Coming from, there's Keno there. I think, yeah. Coming from where they've come from in the last few years, Keno's behind the goal there, guys. You'd have to take top three, absolutely, yeah. Is it still 0-0, Callum? Let's have him fill a bit of that. Craig, I know some Pats fans have actually, over the years, have gone to Shamrock Rovers because of the stadium, which I find weird, but anyway. Yeah, 100% key, and in 2 that's so good. All right, okay, yeah. That happens, yeah. Draw the one up. Darren Markey. Jake, how are actually Waterford doing? Like, are they battling well? Are they just parking the bus? What way are they playing? Balls are 1 up, yeah. Not sure who scored. There's no so 1-0 in all the games, 20 minutes in. Yeah, that's true, Craig, yeah. I don't know, like, I've seen loads of people do that, like, but generally it's people that aren't that into football that will change, to be honest. Oh, God. Not this season, anyway, Brian. Ross Tierney got the goal. I don't know, Dylan, actually. I'm not sure. But 18-year-olds aren't allowed to play. I actually don't know. Oh, no, it's all right. He gets across the Birmingham there. Good pressing with Shamrock Rovers there, to be fair. And Lewis ends up kind of giving it away. Doing better than I thought. Not too bad on the ball. Only good shit keeper. I think, Jake, if here's a chance. Oh, what a save for Gaffney. Good save by Yaris. Came out and narrowed the angle. Great chance for Shamrock Rovers. Pat's 1-0 up still there. But I think it's a registration thing, Dylan, though. Like, Dara Burns was 18 a few weeks ago, kind of, and he's playing for Pats and that. I think it's a registration thing. You know, if you're 19, you don't have to be registered, I think. And if you're 18 and 17, you do. It's messy, but yeah, it was a good save by Yaris. He came out quickly, Craig, and narrowed the angle, but obviously warning signs for Pats there. Look, Rovers are 1-0 down. They're the champions. You're going to expect them to create chances, but Waterford, yeah, I think Waterford might hardly change these. No, they're actually black plastic bags, Rory. Surprisingly, it looks good. Rovers will score though. They'll score some points. So if Pats are going to get a win, perhaps they're going to have to win the game. There's Keane throwing the ball onto the pitch, by the way. Yeah, I think Waterford, I was talking about them a second ago. I think second half they'll probably run out of steam and they might get a couple of goals. They just thought it was dangerous, Craig, so they took it down, basically. I thought the shed was great, the shed in Cork as well, but don't know what Birmingham's trying to do there, but he's never getting around Roland Finn. Yeah, they just felt it was dangerous at this point, but the shed was great. Like, it was even better though when the home fans could go into it. To be honest with you, I would have went in there a good few times when the home fans could go into it. That's dangerous. They switch a lot, Pat. Coughlin's gone to the left now. King has gone to the right and Smith is in the middle. I understand what they're trying to do. Fully understand what they're trying to do and why they do it as such. But I do think too much at times. I do prefer Coughlin to play the majority of the game in the middle anyway. 2-0 balls. 2-0 balls. Right you are. Doesn't say who's scored yet. Foot Mob. They're a bit slower on Foot Mob to update. The actual scorers, like Tierney got the first goal anyway. Bowles won up. They had to win today, Bowles. The feeling they might come out. I did go for a draw, but also at the back of my head of the feeling Bowles might win it. Draw still 1 up as well. I do think Pat's are starting to fall. I know they're doing well. They're not giving Rovers much, but they're starting to fall into the trap. Now they're not parking the bus or anything like that, but they're not looking to get on the ball as much as 2-0 draws, is it? Yeah, they're not looking to get on the ball as much as they were. So you still have to. Pats play good football. You still have to do it. Pats, in fairness, probably deserve to 1 up at the moment. You'd have to say though. Drawing the 2 up now. So goals, good few goals about, boys. It's a sickener for Waterford, I have to say, because they would have come into the game, right? Management team gone with renewed optimism that they might get a result against Drogheda, to be honest. And now the fact that they had to play their under 19 team is a killer for them. It really is a killer for them here. Yeah, Cam Bryan, yeah. Watts in the corner here. Don't think that was planned, that particular corner, as such. Now Pats are 1 up. Drogheda are 2 up and Bohemians are 2 up. Ali Coote scored Bohemian's second goal, by the way. And Mark Doyle scored Watford. Scored Drogheda's second goal, so he did. I will say this, guys. Midfield battle. No one's getting time in the ball in that midfield. Be it Forrester, be it Lennon, be it Gary O'Neill, be it Dan Andrew, whoever. No one's getting time on the ball in midfield. It's a real power struggle in that sense because both teams, I think, have controlled the midfield in most of their games this season, to be perfectly honest. And they know that. They know that. They're aware of that, and it's difficult. Decent ball by Forrester towards Manny Smith, who has held it up well here, but good defending by, I think it's Sean Hoare. Sean Hoare, yeah. 3-0 draw. Oh, Jesus, this might get out of hand. The Waterford boys might get very tired in the second half. Phillips to the goal, I believe. Because I expect Waterford to tire in the second half as well, and heads might drop. You know, if you've got kids out there. I'll be honest, I hope it doesn't get nasty for them, to be fair. They've Sligo next week as well, and they're going to have to play the same team as well, which is concerning for them. Jake, yeah. It's dodgy. I think I'm about to sneeze. Jake Howard dropped the plane as such. Is it just easy or... Excuse me. One of those bouts of sneezes. Good quick ball by Birmingham to Coughlin here. Gets it. Oh no, that is Birmingham there. I don't know who played it in. Wasn't really looking. Might have been Natty Lewis or Forrester. Probably Forrester actually. And Pats keep it in, but they only keep it in for Ronan Finn. It's not 4-0, is it? Is it 4-0? Stop. It is 4-0 for Drogheda. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. That's what I mean, Jake. I know you're a Drogheda fan and all, and I would not like to see it get out of hand for them. Flipping hell. If Drogheda, I presume, if I was Drogheda, I'd be making changes at half time. Rest some players, honestly. I think their next game is actually Pats at United Park, if I'm not mistaken, funnily enough. Flipping hell. I mean, it could be 8. This could be nasty, boys. Free kick for Rovers. That's mad, though, isn't it? I mean, it could be any score, couldn't it? Pretty much, Daniel. Go on, Charlie can still win. Or go on, Waterford can still win. Free kick, Danny Mandrew. He's not in a scoreable position as such. He's going to whip this in. And he does whip it in. Matty Smith gets it away for Pats, but and goes out for goal kick. 30 minutes, 1-0 Pats, guys, still. Jesus Christ. Footmob still has 3-0, but obviously they're all saying 4. Dane Massey actually got the third goal. And Bowes flying against Hearts. Much needed win for Bowes to get that because they'd go 3 points behind Hearts, so. Poor from Alfie Lewis there, giving the ball away cheaply and then fouling the Shamrock Rovers midfielder. They will, Philip. And Sligo play Waterford under-19s next week as well, so that could actually be a massacre, judging by this. We'll see how this ends, but guys, it is actually 4-0, is it? Because it's bleeding. Footmob is annoying me. It's just saying 3-0. They can't keep up at the RC. Oh, I don't know. Long way to go yet, Kevin. Long way to go. I think Pats, if Pats have any hope of winning, they probably need 2. Oh, good cross. Good football from Rovers. Spread the Pats defence for Maybe the first time, get a good ball in, taking the short corner, and it's another corner, and it's throw in. Oh, it is still 3. So you're taking the piss with your 4-0. Johnny Kenny could get a hat trick. Could get 6. I could get a hat trick of a play, to be fair. I think the Rovers in this game are too slow at the back when they have the ball. They're passing it too slow. Now, maybe there's no space because you're watching on TV. You don't see what's ahead, if you get me. So maybe there's not much space there. I don't know. Jake, are you still here? What's the score in the Drogheda Waterford game? And it is 4-0. Who scored the 4th goal for Drogheda? Stupid foul by Billy King there, to be honest with you. It is 3-0. All right. It's 3-0. Sean Jake says 3-0, so it's 3-0. There's been no update anyway. Free kick for Rovers. Fairly deep in the Pats half, but it's going to be whipped in again. Danny Manders over it. Silly free kick away. Or is it Dylan Watts, actually? Might be Dylan Watts. Good ball in. That was a decent opportunity for Joey O'Brien. He didn't react to it, though. He didn't react to it, though. It just kind of hit off him. Throw in for Rovers. Need a corner flag. Let's get it away. But for a Pats perspective, though, what a ball by Lennon to Coughlin. Oh, he's on his own, though. It's 2-1. Hoare got back brilliantly there. Great pass by Lennon. Coughlin isn't slow, but he's not. That was a bad tackle, I thought. Not bad tackle, but it could be a booking here for a foul on Mountney. But yeah, it was a chance. I think it was that Manny Smithy might have been in as an example. Has the ref pulled out the yellow card? I don't know what's going on here. It's Liam Scales is speaking to anyway. Who's he booked? He's booked Jamie Lennon. And Scales, is it? Stupid from Lennon to pick up a booking there when you have a free kick. When you have a free kick, you shouldn't get a player booked for complaining. Like, that's stupid from Jamie Lennon, I must say. You have a free kick. Or had a free kick. It's changed now, is it? I don't know what's going on. But anyway, Rovers got the ball. And Scales and Lennon have picked up yellow cards. Here is Scales into Gaffney. Good tackle by Bone. Rovers have picked up... Ooh, Yaris, that was a dodgy one. The pitch isn't in the best condition, I must say. I don't think O'Donnell would go to Dundalk. I don't think he'd go to the circus, Philip, honestly. But maybe in a couple of years, though. Yeah, Rovers picked up the pace a little bit here. The pitch is a bit bobbly. I'm not too impressed with the pitch at the moment. There's been a lot of games, but it's not great. It's not terrible by any means, but it's not pristine. Mm-hmm. Balls 2 for Arsenal Hill guys and Waterford nil Drogheda 3 at this minute in time. 37-ish minutes gone in most of the games. Pitch is bobbly, guys, isn't it though? That's one of the things about Rovers, actually, guys. I haven't seen. I'm not taking that guy seriously. It was 4-0 4-1. But we haven't seen much from Graham Burke so far. But you know, he's a player you'd never take off. Do you get me? He's I'd argue Pats could do better in possession, though, particularly in the last 15 minutes. Rovers have taken over in that sense. Pats don't want to get caught into a game of not having it much, and then when they do have it, give it back to Rovers. Scales gone by Mountainy here, actually. Oh, messy here. And Pat's got lucky there. Yaris made a mess of that, guys, after Mountainy was beaten comfortably, actually. Rovers putting up the pressure here. Still a lot, 8 minutes to go to half time. I'd suggest Pats wouldn't mind half time quickly, though. Because there's a lot of pressure from Rovers here. The ball bouncing in front of the keeper is very dangerous, guys, because the pitch is very bobbly, in my opinion. Corner for Shamrock Rovers, anyway. I think it's Dylan Watts. I can't see down that corner. I know I don't really have the commentary on loud enough. There's been a few opportunities there in the last few minutes for Rovers, that's to be said. Would I drop Parks? Possibly, yeah. Who would you play instead of him, though? Depends on the system. No, Philip. He works underage now and again. Guys, make sure you like the video if you've just joined there. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, please. It's 4-0 now, Drugs. All right. Rovers have really picked up the pace here. And it is 4-0 Drogheda. Rovers have really picked up the pace here in the last 10 minutes. And they've had a few opportunities, let's be honest. As I say, Pats have got caught in this. I don't know if it's a mindset, but they need to get on the ball more. They're capable of getting on the ball more. Like, you know, Rovers are going to have spells, there's no doubt about that. But Pats giving it away a little bit cheaply, and the pressure is definitely on. And we've 5 minutes to go to half time. It's a long time when the opposition have pressure on you. Smith flicks it on to nobody there. You know, Rovers have pressed right up as well. Press right up here. They're a very high line here now. Forrester picks it up, but doesn't really see much on Coughlin. Surely fell there. Bit of respite though for Pats. Coughlin winning that free. But Forrester looked up there and didn't really have too many options, to be honest. Graham Burke. Too much space. Too much space. Lovely goal, but too much space. Far too much space. It's a lovely finish by Graham Burke. Nah, just given far too much space and time. Let's be honest about it. Yeah, it's a lovely finish, Craig. It's a lovely finish for Rovers, and I do think they were piling on the pressure. To be honest, I'm not sure if we were sitting too deep, Kevin. I think Rovers are a good enough team that when they do play with that urgency, that they can push you back. But in that case, there, I mean, Burke has all the time in the world. Like, no one's sitting at all. No one's near him. In that way, it's frustrating from a Pat's point of view because you can't give Graham Burke that time and space. You really can't. But Pats were getting into the kind of, as I said, when they were getting it, there wasn't an outlet, and here's Mandra now. Pats are all over the place at this stage. Pat's in half time, even though it's 1-1. Looks like Birmingham's in trouble here, but even though it's 1-1, Pat's in half time. It's Brian Kerr. Yeah, they look all over the place at this stage, to be honest. They look all over the place at this stage. And Rovers have really put up the tempo. I think Pats fell into the trap of not even they weren't even defending deep as such, but just because you're 1-0 up, get on the ball. Pats have enough team to get on the ball, and like I say, Rovers can put you under that much pressure. They really can. But when Pats had it, they weren't getting on it. Birmingham could be in trouble here, but they do have Shane Griffin on the bench, who's more than adequate of a replacement. I'm going to shut those curtains, actually. But they were hanging on till half time, I felt, and in many ways hanging on a bit too early. And I felt the goal was coming, to be fair. And Rovers probably deserved it, to be fair, as well, based on the pressure in the last 15, 20 minutes, roughly. Well, we need to make a change, Pat's there, but the referee isn't allowing us to do so, or the change, we're not ready. But I mean, Birmingham was down for the last 4 minutes. Surely 4 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. Griffin was getting ready to warm up, no? He's trying to come back on. I suppose they're trying to get into half time to assess him, but as long as you don't concede, I guess. Pats are far too deep now, though. I know they're down to 10 men at this minute in time, I think. Or did Birmingham actually come on there? Birmingham is on, but he looks all over the place, to be honest with you. They're all over the place, Pats, now at this stage. They really are. 5-0 Drogheda. Begs the question, guys. If you don't play the match, Waterford lose 3-0. Which is the funny thing, if you get me. Gaffney, yeah, he's doing well this year, definitely. Yeah, he's a good player. What's that? Something just popped up on my thing there. I don't know what it is. No. Yeah, definitely, no doubt. Rovers have played really well. Good save yards the last 20 minutes. I think Rovers have been very good the last 20 minutes, by the way. As good as they have been, I'd argue. Craig, would you agree with that? Bulls 3-0, goals galore, guys, today. Not sure who got the goal, though. Is it 3-0, you sure? Yeah. I tell you, Pats will have to improve big time in the second half. They really will, because as it stands, Rovers, if it continues anything like this, Rovers are winning this game, winning quite comfortably, actually. It is 3-0, yeah. Half time, 1-1. Pats will be happy with that, because I thought Rovers completely dominated the last 20 minutes and arguably should have been ahead at half time in the end. Pats need to get their act together at half time, to be honest, and get on the ball, or they're in big trouble. Interesting to see if Birmingham comes on at half time. Pats have to change something here. Half time, obviously, guys, and it's 1-1. Thoughts on the half so far, guys, and any other games that you've watched so far?
The best we've played so far this season, I think, was May.
Just listen, Craig. 2 seconds. Yeah, Craig, I think Yaris put off this. The pitch is bobbly, and I don't think it suits keeper. So, I mean, if Pats could get a few shots themselves, it'd be nice. But it's not helping. I don't think the pitch is in great condition. But yeah, I think Rovers have been very good last 20 minutes. Pats need to get on the ball. They really do. Because you can't let Rovers play like that and hope to get away with a point, because there's no way Rovers aren't not scoring playing like that in the second half. In fact, they might win a 3-1 if it continues. Now, things might change at half time. Pats need to get their act together a little bit more and put Rovers under pressure. But I can't see Rovers losing the game. I think I'd actually take a draw now if I being a Pats fan. Go have to battle with the pitch. Yeah, but I suppose in that way, Craig, Pats need a few shots. Rovers look more likely, don't they? It was a great finish, Rory, by about 25 yards. So Graham Burke slotted it into the corner, but he was given. Let's be honest, Craig. You know yourself, like, you can't give Graham Burke that kind of space. I mean, you just can't. Pat stood off him completely. Lovely finish, though. I fear for Waterford, though. I fear for Waterford, guys. Yeah, I've seen Chelsea scored. I don't know. Was it Pulisic? Just checking now, but someone mentioned there in my messenger that Pulisic may have scored. Was it him? Yeah. Ziyech, actually. Ziyech. Who I don't rate, by the way, as a player at all. I think he's too lazy generally. I mean, you just hope from Waterford's point of view that they stop playing in the second half. But yeah, I mean, Bowles 3 up as well. Goals all over the place. Dean Keane, how are you? You well? John's your granddad. Burke scored 20 yards bottom right corner. You reckon? I'd say so, yeah. Say they will win the Europa. Man United will win the Europa final, I'd imagine so, yeah. Guys, if you haven't liked the video, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe as well. It'd be fantastic. Fair play to us and what's going on there. But what are you looking for? What? What? Is it still there? There's money up in the locker. Go and get that and you can get one. Okay? Little one looking for ice cream, guys. Tears in her eyes. John's your granddad. Brilliant stuff though. When Harps were 2 down, the Bulls keeper handled the ball clearly outside his boxing ref didn't even agree with group referee again in this country. I'm not sure Callum is a corrupt refereeing because every team says that the referee's corrupt against them, and I mean every team. I just think it's shite refereeing. To be perfectly honest, just awful refereeing, full stop. Do you get me? How are you, John? How's it going? Yeah, absolutely. But I think that's a hope Watford don't lose 10-0, really. I know it sounds stupid. 5-0, maybe they'll get 1 goal second half trotted or something, but John will probably make changes, I'd imagine, in the second half as well. But
I was in the toilet. Pains my stomach.
Oh, all right.
Where the hell's Billy?
I have no idea.
I think she says to me, "Is that enough?"
Website analyzing is shocking. Yeah, I don't know, Callum, though. I mean, I've seen Bowles have had some bad decisions against them. I don't think they picked Bowles over Finn Harps necessarily. There's no reason why they would, to be honest. You know, I'd have to see it myself as well, though, and I will see it because I'll watch the games back. But I've seen every team this season get poor decisions against them pretty much, if I'm honest with you. But obviously Harps, you know, that's them beaten, let's be honest about it. Even if Harps lose, by the way, they're 7 points above Longford, who are in the bottom 2. I think Hearts will be all right. I do think they'll come down the table a bit. I think eventually Bowles and Dundalk will finish ahead of them, and potentially Derry. Lenny Cook got 2 goals, didn't he? His first 2 goals, I think. Is Dawson Devoy playing in midfield? One would assume Kelly's up front, yeah? Trying to verify it. How's he playing, Lenny? What's the midfield? Buckley, Devoy, and Tierney. Excuse me. Coote out wide. Heary back on the bench. Yeah, I don't know. Heary. I'm not a fan. If I'm honest, I'm not a fan of Heary at all. Half time and 2 games are over, I would suggest. Bohemians 3, Van Arsenal. I think that game is over. I think obviously 5-0 the other one, yeah. The only one that's in the balance, the Pats Shamrock Rovers game. But as I said, Pats are going to have to improve drastically in the second half, otherwise they're losing this game. Never mind getting anything out of it. Six 0 5-0. It's 5-0. Yeah, I think it's a weird one. Like Shamrock Rovers, they turn on last 20 minutes. The best I've seen Shamrock Rovers play this season, to be honest. They fully deserved the equaliser. The longer the half went on, then the more likely they were going to score a second. If you get me, I don't think it was changing. So Pats needed a half time badly. What can Pats do in the second half to change the flow of the game? No, I haven't seen any goals. I'll watch the game back probably tomorrow. I think they need to try and get on the ball. I think Lennon needs to be a bit more aggressive. He got stupid booking, which doesn't help for opening his mouth. Which you should never get a yellow card for opening your mouth. Unless it's something drastic, at least in the last minute, and it's a penalty that you disagree with, but just for a normal foul, you shouldn't be picking it up. But they just need to try and get on the ball more, because the more Rovers got on the ball, the better they became. Pass looked 6s and 7s, actually, defensively. Now, a lot of that's down to Rovers' play. I wouldn't be too critical of Pats there. But they'll be disappointed with the goal they gave away because of the space they gave Graham Burke. You can't give Graham Burke that space because he'll kill you. I mean, at times, take a touch, another touch, look up, and essentially place it in the corner from about 25 yards. You've got to close it down. Alfie Lewis has got to do better there. Benson probably would have. Especially when you know it's Graham Burke. It's not as if it was, no offence to someone like Roland Finn, who could score, obviously, but Graham Burke gets in that position. Soon it'll be 10. Tierney's been outstanding for us this season once, but yeah, definitely, yeah, he does. Completely different players, isn't he, to Dawson Devoy? Because obviously people comparing Tierney and Devoy, which is, I know it's because they're both young players, but they're completely different players. Like, they couldn't be any different. Tierney, as you say, he does run. He covers an awful lot of ground. He gets around the park. Great pressing. hounds opposition, runs off into the box beyond the striker and gets into positions to score. Whereas Dawson Devoy is more of a creator, great vision, can pick out a pass and gets on the ball. I felt they should have been both on the side starting earlier in the season. Personally, that was my personal opinion. To be honest. This is bollocks. Average fly across the line. There's no Tierney in Everton. Come on, the Saints. How are you, Aidan? You well? Second half about to start. Players back out. No, is Birmingham out? Hang on, I might have to listen. No, Griffin is on for Birmingham. He picked up that knock. Just before we get in second half, guys, if you haven't liked the video, please like the video. It'd be class. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. He's starting a jersey giveaway tomorrow. So, I'm surprised with that, Jake. Are you? No subs for dropping at halftime. Very surprised with that, I have to say. But sorry. Follow me on Instagram, guys. Irish Footy Vlogs on Instagram. To be in with a chance of winning a League of Ireland jersey of your choice as well. Home or away, big or small. But yeah, anyway, Shane Griffin on for Birmingham, and 1-1 finally poised. But as I said, Rovers battered Pats in the last 20 minutes there, and a half, and Pats, they'll need to improve to get a point from the game, to be honest. I'm not confident they'll get a win here. I really aren't. They need big improvements here to get away with a point, I would suggest. Midfield in the first half was very congested, and Rovers were trying to play through midfield a lot, and they kind of figured out that they shouldn't do that and try and play through the flanks more. And that's where they got joy, I think, and got on top. Full-time prediction, Lenny, I'll go for it'll stay 3-0. God has gone full abuse mode here, Keith. What are Sligo going to do to Waterford under 19s next week? Sligo very lucky to be in that situation to actually be playing Waterford under 19s next week as well. It's a banker 3 points, like, you know. Do you know, guys, if Waterford can decide not to play the game, by the way, and get a 3-0 defeat, they're probably better off. Aidan, yeah, I've gone into a few Drogheda games, actually, United Park, to be fair. Outside of that, no. So only Drogheda have let me in, basically. Fair play to them. They do next week, I think, Aidan, yeah, because the senior squad have to self-isolate for 10 days. So, yeah, that obviously 10 days is after the game, if you get me. Yeah, Jake, they probably are. I mean, you think it might be a good experience for the under 19s, perhaps. But after seeing them mauling in this game, I would suggest that they should just take the default 3-0 victory or defeat against Sligo next week. I've given away pass cheaply again, and Bone hoops are clear. Mind you, Smith's done well to hold it up here. And he's got Billy King Ronan Coughlin here out to Billy King. King up against Joey O'Brien. Gets by Joey O'Brien. He did well, Billy King, there. Was it the right thing to do? Maybe shoot across? I don't know, but he beat Joey O'Brien all ends up and got a shot in. Manus, 9 times out of 10 is saving them. Who got the 5th goal for Drogheda? Not sure if I checked. Lyons, okay, he got a penalty, didn't he? So Lyons is 2. Great chance for Lyons. I think Joe O'Brien's coming off here. He was beating all ends up actually a moment ago by King, so he might have picked up something. Pico Lopez coming on, not bad replacements, is it? I don't think Forrest will have any interest going back to England, to be honest with you, Shane. He's 28. He's settled back in Ireland now. I think for his own mental state, I think he'll stay in Ireland, to be perfectly honest with you, yeah. Not at all, Kevin, not at all. As I said, if we get a result out of this, a draw out of this, I'll absolutely be delighted because for a start, I don't think we're playing well enough. Let's not change the second half. Let's see. Forrest's ball in, nobody there. Were they both offside, Rory? Like actually offside? Indeed, indeed. Finance got second half. Pats have definitely started better than they got into a rut there in the last 20 minutes against Rovers. They kept flying, to be fair. Rovers, you have to give Rovers credit because you know they're capable of doing that. Who scored a second, Rory? Anyway, like I know it didn't count, but. Good tackle, Forrester. And Burke needs support though. Lennon offers it. Nice 1-2 with Lennon. A bit careless at times, Pats, though. They've been sloppy in possession, Pats. They've been sloppy in possession a little bit. Like I expect them better when they have the ball, because they're very good at that. Now I understand Rovers can press the bollocks out of you. Like I understand that, but at times Pats have been too careless with the ball. I think. Forrest has been good today. Yeah, he's been decent, Rory. He's had better games this season, I have to say. He hasn't been bad by any means, by the way. He's just been decent today. They need more from your Manny Smiths and your Billy Kings in particular. I think Pats. Dara Burns could be an option to come on at some point here. Still the same scores in the other games, by the way. Bows are 3-0 up and Drogheda are 5-0 up. And Pats have started the second half better here, I have to say. Lennon's on the ball. And in around the Rovers box here. Mountney gets it in, but not a great cross by Mountney, and Rovers can clear easily. And they come away with the ball. Obviously, O'Donnell said, I suppose what I was complaining about in the first half, that we need to get on the ball more and be more careful with the ball. And that's easier said than done. I've said it before, because Shamrock Rovers are a very good team on the ball and they're the champions and all that. But when you have the ball, Pats have to be a bit better with it. And they have been in the second half so far, in fairness. The most disappointing season in the league, Shane, or player in the league, Shane. That's a question, isn't it? Who has disappointed me the most? Who did I expect better from, I suppose, is the question, isn't it? Give me a few minutes to think about that one, actually. I'll actually stick that up there so I can come back if I forget about it, because I need to think about that. Foul on Forest or free kick, Pats? I think John Caulfield must be under a bit of pressure there, to be fair, at Galway. They need to do an awful lot better, that's for sure. Free kick for Pats here. Forrest is going to put it into the box. The big men are up. Desmond gets the header, but I think the real chance might have been Bone, but it was just slightly over his head. He was in a good position. Yeah, disappointing player. I'm trying to think who's disappointed me so far this season. Who should be doing better, basically. The most disappointing. Possibly Michael Duffy at Dundalk, because he's a really good player. For me, he was in the top two with Jack Byrne the last couple of years. He's had one or two good games, don't get me wrong. But for the quality he is and the player he is, I think he's been disappointing, actually. So I'd have Duffy there anyway, for sure. Yeah, I'd have him there for sure. I'm sure there's many others that if I could I'd think about, like say that for most of the Dundalk team, I guess. Parkhouse. David Parkhouse, Derry City. Absolutely, actually. I'd actually put him above Duffy now that I think about it. Still hasn't scored. What have he, 10 games gone this season? Hasn't scored. He hasn't performed very well. David Parkhouse, I think. Derry City, I think it might be hard to top that, actually. He's on a 3-year contract as well. Good ball, King. Coughlin. Oh. Finn's done brilliantly there. It's a corner for Pat. Pat's been the better side in the first 10 minutes, second half, to be honest, guys. And Finn does brilliantly to read the danger, because it was a nice little ball through by King, and Coughlin could have got onto it. He could have been fouled had he nipped it in front of Finn, but Finn does brilliantly. Corner for Pat, so I think it's Forrest. It's hard to see beyond that pillar. It is, yeah. Comes back to King. He'd support though King, and does find it in Alfie Lewis, who it's easy for Manus. Just float the ball into the box. A BB from yeah, he's been disappointing, Shane, that's for sure. I would have persisted with him though anyway. It sounds like Peter Cherry's that great. And see if he just gets settled in. But the fact that Duffy obviously is used to the league and Parkhouse has been here in the league, I'd put them in a little bit more disappointing, particularly Parkhouse for me in that sense. Some break and play. Rovers have a throw in the halfway line. Rovers completely dominated last 20 minutes, and Fife deserved the equaliser. In fact, you felt they could have got a second, but Pats have been the better side in the 10 minutes this half. And they're starting to press high a bit more. I Again, I think that's a free. Ref. Finicky. Still no goals in the second half, and we had 10 in the first half. So the corner kick, not a goal kick. Is that the first sub, Jake? 60 minutes in, they've made one sub. I'm surprised by that now. Especially the likes of Deegan, who I thought struggled for legs actually against Bohemians big time. Give him a break, because I know Drogheda have actually Pats next, don't they? I think it's on a Friday as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is on a Friday. The traditional 7:45 kickoff as well. Billy King is coming into for Pats in the second half, which is good to see. And here's Alfie Lewis running through. Yeah, not the best of all the Smiths, but he does well. He does well Smith to get there ahead of Pico Lopez. Clark and Adeyemo coming on, I think, too. Yeah, you need to give those boys, especially Adeyemo, who hasn't got many games actually. David Healy does seem to be the favourite, and I haven't heard anything else, Shane. So it's probably likely he gets it. Maybe on a big contract though as well. I mean, their wage bill's big enough as it is. Rovers haven't been the Pats half too much, but you know, I'd be worried that just gets across there. Excuse me. I'd be worried that Pats start to sit back with 15, 20 minutes to go, maybe. And we've seen Rovers psychologically beat teams in the last minute, actually, never mind, last 10 minutes or so. But you know what I mean? That's what I'd be worried about a little bit, guys, from a Pats point of view. So far, they're playing the game okay in the second half, Pats, because there's no way you can't withstand that. They're passing the ball around a bit now, and it's given away cheaply by Alfie Lewis, who's done that a few times in the game, I must say. Oh, Brandon Berman's come on, okay. Billy King is done well, but Rovers done well. Lopez and Grace done well. Billy King's been very good in the second half, guys. I've seen that Chelsea 2-1 up. Yeah, I think it was who got the goal, guys? Alonso. The only problem from a Chelsea point of view there is that they obviously play City in the Champions League. Are they going to beat City 3 times in a month? Probably not. But that's probably their top 4 status sorted. Yeah, I think Pats doing well second half here. Particularly Billy King has been the man. who's looked the more dangerous, hasn't he? Billy King's a very good player, guys, but he tends to suffer a lot from injuries, muscle injuries, so it's always a concern with him. But if you can get a run, he's got good quality, Billy King. But Pat's definitely a better side second half. They're dominating possession as well. And this is what it meant in the first half. We all know how good Shamrock Rovers are as a side. But I was giving out a little bit saying that Pats are more than capable of getting on the ball and having possession. Now, Rovers can do that at different spells in the game as well, but Pats weren't doing that enough when they're capable of doing so. So 62 minutes gone second half, and they have done that, so it's proven my point. Free kick here, Forrester will whip it in. Not big men here. Rovers very good at defending set pieces, though, I must say. Oh, it was actually a very good set piece for Forrester, but Rovers dealt with it very well again. A lot of teams may not have dealt with that. Smith. See, Rovers are going to have, Pats aren't going to completely dominate the second half. They've dominated the first, with 64 minutes gone now, and they've dominated up to this point the second half. They've had most of the ball and all that. It's not going to keep up for 90 minutes, so it just isn't. Alfie Lewis coming into it in the second half for Pats as well in the middle of the park. He's getting on the ball. Good play. Smith get there difficult with the two Rovers defenders, Pico Lopez. He's done well to win the ball, Smith, though. Whips it in, but only Billy King was there, really. Comes out to Lennon here. Just thought of a cross, but there was only one in the box. Alfie Lewis. What's the whistle gone for them? I could have shot earlier, but the whistle's gone anyway. I'm not really sure why exactly, boys, but there you go. Still no goals the second half. I'm going to agree with that, Craig. I think some of his performances have been seriously overrated. I've seen some people say McCann has been a good player for Rovers this year. I don't think so. Would you not agree with Parkhouse, Craig? Would you throw Parkhouse in the mix? Kelly, not disappointing for me, Craig, because I didn't expect much from Kelly. I haven't seen him at Pats last year. That's the issue with Kelly. I'll throw in Cornwall. He's been disappointing if you want to throw in a Bowes player there. But McCann, I think his performance by many has been overrated. Definitely, 100%. 65 minutes gone, still 1-1 here. Still the same in the other games, guys. I think. Yeah. Rovers. First bit of proper possession for Rovers in the second half here. But here they come with Dylan Watts. Nice little ball at right. Oh, it's a goal. Offside. Gaffney offside. Whew. In fairness, I think he was offside. Gaffney's not even complaining. But Pats have had most of the second half, and just like that, Roland Finn plays a delicious ball in, but offside. Exactly, yeah, Craig. He's been okay, but I've seen people saying he's been outstanding and that kind of thing, which I don't. I've only missed one Rovers game, that was against Waterford. I've only missed 2 games. I've watched every other game back. I've only missed 2 games. Potentially, yeah, Craig. I don't know. I don't know if he would have got in. I'm not sure. I'd have to watch it back, Craig, to be honest, because it looked like it was slowing up. But I don't sense, even with Pats doing well in the second half, I don't sense they're going to get a goal, you know. When Rovers were on top in the first half, I felt it. They were going to score. I said it, I said Pats in halftime quickly here, but there's still 8 minutes to go. And they scored. I don't know when, 40 something minutes anyway, but when did they score actually? 41 minutes, yeah. But Pats technically are doing well in the second half, but I feel if there's another goal in the game, Rovers are just going to get it somehow. That's my feeling towards it. We'll see. Good cross to the ball by Yards. He's very good with the ball at his feet, actually. Playing for Liverpool and playing that kind of Klopp type system, he would have been practicing that a lot. He's very good at it, to be fair to him. Very congested here. Pats with the ball in the left of the area, but yeah, very congested. Rovers get it away and they win a throw. Yeah, I mean, potentially, Craig. I mean, you can never rule Rovers out of getting a goal with 15, 10, 5, 1 minute to go, the way they've done this season as well. Subs here. Second half, Pats have been better, Dara, but they need to create more, if you get me. I think they've done well. Obviously, Billy King has been sharp as well, but they need to create a few more chances if they're going to score. Just don't sense they're going to do it, Dara. I think McCann and Gannon have come on now, haven't they? I'm not sure who went off there, guys. Who's gone off? Pats made a change. It's McClelland. I'm not a big fan of McClelland. Who's off? Who's gone off for Pats on? McClelland's on. Finn and Burke. Burke went off. Ooh. I'm not sure who came off for Pats, but was it Alfie Lewis? I'm going to guess Alfie Lewis, but I'm not sure. Which would mean McLean's gone to midfield. Bone? Oh, no, I wouldn't say so. Alfie Lewis has gone off, yeah. Alfie Lewis, yeah. It's no goal in the second half. 10 in the first half, guys. None in the second. I get the feeling there's going to be a goal in this game. I just have a feeling. I feel like Rovers are going to get a goal at some point. Second half, so far, you would have to say be harsh on Pats if that was to happen. But I just have a feeling. Pats have been much better second half, though, than they were in the first half. I think sometimes you score an early goal like that. You think it's going to be 2-2? I don't think so. I don't know. I think there's one more goal in the game. And I do sense Rovers are going to get it, though. Happy Lewis. Rovers have a lot of players in the box there. You see where Coughlin picked it up there, guys? Went to turn to have a look to shoot, and it was like 4 or 5 Shamrock Rovers players within a yard away from him. Like, you know what I mean? It's just very boxed defending. It's good defending, but it's very difficult. To break through that. Alfie Lewis sounds like a Brill cream. That's one of our bike cream. Although I think Pats have pressed more in the second half. I think Rovers have dealt well defensively. They're not all over the place. When Rovers were on top for the 20 minutes or so at the end of the first half, I felt Pats were a little bit all over the place. Lennon extremely underrated. Not by me, to be honest, Craig. That said, he was very poor against Sligo. I thought he was the worst player in the pitch. But he's played well last season and this season. I don't think it's been that bad, Craig. I don't think it's been absolutely brilliant, but I don't think it's been that bad. I thought Dundalk made a mistake taking him off the other day when Sligo went down to 10 men. I thought they lost complete control of midfield, actually, and became a bit all over the place structurally. So, Still 1-1, boys. Still the same scores in the other games. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't think he's been as good as 2019 Chris Shields, no, but I certainly don't think he's been one of the issues at Dundalk as such either, if you get me. Like, he's had some good games, he's had some ish games this season, like. What's going on here? Gary O'Neill picks it up for Waterford, for Shamrock Rovers. Waterford wish they had Gary O'Neill. Yeah, Darren, no doubt about it, absolutely. They have in the second half, big improvement. Even though they were ahead for most of the first half, it's actually a big improvement in the second half. I think sometimes when you score early like that, it can, I don't know, especially against a team like Shamrock Rovers, you're thinking, oh shit, we're ahead and there's only 4 minutes gone here. I think the plan of what they tried to do went out the window a little bit, and they needed half time. They found it, and good ball by Lennon, Matty Smith. Oh, Smith! What a chance that was for Matty Smith. Matty. Great ball by Lennon, by the way. I thought Smith should have scored. He snatched at it, guys. Dave Massey on for a hat trick. Could you imagine Dave Massey getting a hat trick, lads? Scenes. But that was a great chance for Smith. It really was. Lovely ball over the top. He just snatched at it, didn't he? There was no conviction what he was trying to do. It's the one thing Smith has to improve on. Big fan of Smith, but he needs a bit more composure in the final third. Looks like Ben McCormick's coming on for Pats. Another very good young player. Yeah, Dara, 100%. He should have scored. Smith overhits the pass. Doing well second half pass, just not having that final end product to trouble Rovers in terms of scoring a goal. McCann on the ball there for Rovers as they come forward. Nice play there, but it was a good tackle by Sam Bone as manager tried to slip it through. Guys, if you haven't liked the video, please like the video. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please consider subscribing as well. Pareto, man, or whatever, how's it going? Pats are playing better in the second half, to be honest. They've had most of the ball, most of the run in the second half. Smith should have scored there a minute ago to make it 2-1. Rovers were brilliant for 20 minutes at the end of the first half, though, and scored, and maybe could have got a second. But in fairness, Pats have got unlucky Forrester. Good idea. King picking up the ball here for Pats. Has he anything in the box though? He's got Roland Coughlin. Yeah. Worth an effort with Coughlin. Not an easy chance, I have to say. I think Pats are making a sub. Ben McCormick coming on. Who'll go off? Matty Smith, I think. No? McClellan's gone off for Pats, actually. He's only on about 10 minutes, but obviously an issue there. An injury. I agree, Dara, I do. I think I'm not a fan of Craig, I really am. Compared to the rest of the players at the club, he's nowhere near good enough. I do feel sorry for him though. You're pulling up there 10 minutes on, only back from injury. But yeah, I do agree. Coughlin, they do switch it up. They rotate the front three, but Coughlin needs to be mainly as a centre forward, I think. Rovers. Oh, nice dummy here. Or is it? No, it was a poor dummy actually. A poor dummy there was a chance. True, Craig. Although I rate Faruja a lot higher than McClellan, to be honest with you, I think I wouldn't compare their levels. I'd much prefer Faruja than McClellan. But for any player, I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible to get injuries. Like that also feels like a waste of a sub, doesn't it? Surprised Dara Burns hasn't come on, actually. Oh, what a stupid tackle by Sam Bone. What? Yeah. But I'm sorry, Bone is stupid there. You don't slide in there 25 yards out and give Rovers literally a free shot at goal. When they haven't really created much, let's be honest, in this half. Yeah, Craig, I actually prefer him as a winger in a 4-3-3, generally, to be honest. Mandra free kick, always dangerous. He's done nothing in the game, but you know yourself. Decent save. Dara, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much Bone got it on Dara, but you can't slide in like that. It's really, really stupid. Really stupid. And that could have easily been a goal. Still, oh, sorry, 1 goal in the second half. Drogheda scored. Obviously, make it 6. Ten minutes to go, guys. 1-1, finally poised. Pat's slightly better, but don't really look like scoring for me. Forrester has his head up here, and there's no one really to find, to be honest. And frustration for Forrester, really, because it's still 1-1. Yeah, you need players need to be doing something. Yeah, what's that? 1-1, like. Here comes Shane Griffin on the left flank. Time I crossed that in, but something McCormack. Free kick for Pats up near the corner flag. Or sorry, throw in for Pats up near the corner flag, rather. Still 1-1. We've got 9 minutes to go. I don't envisage much injury time, guys. 2 minutes, maybe? Unless something happens in the meantime, clearly. Comes to Mountney. Will he have a shot? It's sat up nicely, but Lopez was out quickly. Something Pats didn't do in the first half for Burke's goal. Gave him a couple of touches and gave him a free shot. Griffin's ball inside, but that's good defending by Lopez and McCann between them. Pat's pressing here. Mountney with a nice little flick. Oh! Off the post! I thought I hit the post, no? It was either a great save or hit the post. I'm not sure. What do you think, Craig? No benefit of a replay here. It was either a great save or hit the post. I'm not really too sure. Man was pushed onto the post. He pushed onto the post. It's very hard when you don't see replay. It happens so quickly. It's a weird one because looking at the way the second half has gone, you feel Pats probably deserve a second goal more so than Rovers do in the second half. But I won't be too displeased with a point either because I'm well aware that Shamrock Rovers can nick late goals and have the confidence to do so. Hang on. And have the confidence that they believe they're going to score at any time. You can just take Rovers a chance. You ought to foul Lennon, I presume. But you can just take Rovers one chance and they can get a goal there or nothing. Yeah, I'm surprised Dara Burns didn't come on, Burke, when we brought on... Dara, yeah. When we brought on McClelland. That's the time I would have brought Dara Burns on. So, yeah, a little surprising. He's capable. He gives you something different. Here's Billy King. Good play by King. Oh, he should have... Oh, it's free for Rovers. I thought King could have laid it off. Would you take him, Craig? He wouldn't get in at the moment. That's the problem. There's more of a chance of developing by Pats, I think. Do you think that Brandon Kavanagh, for example, is on loan and not getting a sniff at Rovers, so to speak? Here's a chance here for Gaffney. And Bone does well, and it's a corner all of a sudden. Bowles still 3-0 up, dropped 6-0 up, and Pats and Rovers obviously 1-0. Yeah, I'm not sure if he'll get his chance though. It's hard to know, isn't it? Like, I don't know. I think he would have, if it was possible, they would have been better off loaning him to a Premier Division team, if possible, Craig. 7-0. Jesus. Stupid foul by Manny Smith there, I have to say. Who got the third, lads? I would have laughed if Massey scored a hat-trick. Corner for Shamrock Rovers, guys. We've got 4 minutes to go here. This is the time when what happened there? Free out for Pats. People. If manager was happy with Bowles the time we lost, Jackie would have got a chance. Yeah. You have to feel for Waterford. Lads, honestly, Waterford are better off. If they refuse to play the game next week, they can. What happens is they lose 3-0 by default. There's no way Sligo are beating Waterford less than 3-0. Let's be honest about this. I honestly think Dean Williams coming on for Shamrock Rovers. Who do you think is player of the match, guys? Here, I find it difficult to come up with one particular player. Pats fans, come on. I don't know. Craig, who are you saying player of the match? I think it's very difficult to pick out an individual player, isn't it? I mean, Rovers were brilliant for that 20 minutes. It was scrappy for the first 20 minutes or so of the game. Was it Rovers completely took over and played brilliant stuff for the last 20 minutes or so of the half? Pats have done most of the run in the second half, and Manus made one good save there. But it's very difficult to pick a player, isn't it? There have been good players, good performances. I think King has looked sharp for Pats and that. I think Rovers has defended very well overall as well in the second half when they've had to. It's difficult to pick out a player. Maybe Forrester. I don't know. I actually don't know. I think Forrester's done okay. Not one of his best performances by any means this season. And maybe that shows how well he's been playing this season as well, is the other thing. King or O'Neill? Possibly, yeah. It's a difficult one. Maybe it's something that I think Lennon actually, Craig, on this particular game overall has been better than Forrester. A different player, but you know what I mean. I think Rovers. I think Sean Hoare's done very well. I think Scales has been reasonably good at left wing back as well. It's a difficult one though. Guys, please like the video if you haven't liked it already, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It'd be fantastic. Cheers for watching as well, by the way. We've got a minute to go, and Rovers on the attack, and one all is the score here. I actually think it's been off the pace today, Keith. Who's been off the pace, Craig? Scales, yeah, maybe he has. Yeah, I find it, to be honest, Craig, I find it difficult to pick out Rovers players. Maybe it's because of the second half, and here comes Forrester. Got a bit of a shot, but he can't get beyond Scales. Scales is well there though, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, Desmond, what? Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake, you're kidding me.
The late goal comes again for Shamrock Rovers, and Danny Mandrew, the mistake from Lee Desmond, has been ruthlessly punished. Yeah.
You're absolutely kidding me. There's no way that's close to being deserved as well. Like, I've seen Rovers score a lot of late goals this season, but they've put a lot of pressure on the opposition. Fucking hell, like, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I had a fucking feeling. Me and my stupid feelings, Craig. That's hard to take, I have to say. I've seen Rovers do this a lot this season, but generally they've been pressing and pushing. And they haven't been pressing and pushing here. Pats in the better side second half.
They scored again in stoppage time. The change here, Sambone is going off. On the pitch.
What annoys me about this is that Sligo have 3 points next week as well because Waterford under fucking 19s as well. This is a fucking joke. No, I'm pissed, Lenny. I'm going to be honest, I'm pissed because, like I've said it before, I'll say it again. Rovers have pressed and pressed. They've got a lot of late goals this season, but they've been pressing teams when they've got them. They haven't done that here at all. Pats were a much better side in the second half. Rovers didn't really look like scoring. Lee Desmond has a fucking brain fart. And, no, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. If we were at least backs against the wall. Oh! Fuck! Oh, what a chance for Smith. Fuck me. I wouldn't mind as much if Rovers were all over past the last 20 minutes. I was coming like the first half, but that wasn't the case at all. So, oh, so frustrating. So frustrating. Really is.
Shamrock Rovers. Very big ones, match-winning goals for Danny Munter. Bringing a player like that, you hope they can have that quick impact. He certainly had that. Yeah, you had a difficult season last year.
I'll tell you another thing. I'll tell you another thing. Mandrew was shite in that game. Daniel Mandrew was absolutely useless in that game as well. Let's be honest. That's a tough one to take. It really is. You know. There you go, full time 2-1. Fucking disaster. As I said, if Rovers were putting pressure on Pats in the last 20 minutes, genuinely, if they were putting pressure on Pats, I would accept it more, but it wasn't that way at all. It wasn't that way at all. Very frustrating. Now, Mandrew was useless for most of the match, Lenny, to be honest. He was useless. But yeah, absolutely, Patrick. No, I fully agree with you. They're going to walk away with the league, I think. As I said, I think Pats deserve a lot more, but they're going to walk away with the league, to be honest. They are, because, you know, I don't know, it wasn't that scrappy, Craig, to be fair. Pats dominated the second half. Let's be honest about it. Rovers were brilliant for 20 minutes in the first half. First 20 minutes or so were very scrappy. I agree with that 100%. But what's Desmond doing there? It's so frustrating, though. It's so frustrating. What was Desmond doing there? It's a tough one to take. As I said, I would have taken it more if 10 minutes ago, backs against the wall, all Rovers. Not the case. Not the case. Yeah, I agree with that, Craig. Yeah, absolutely. But it's tough to take. It's a tough one to take. Like messages galore here, but yeah, it's saying frustrated, I suppose, is an understatement, guys. Look, thanks again for watching the stream. I feel like screaming. The stream. Fair play to you. Enjoyed your company. As usual, preview shows. First Division, Premier Division out Sunday and Monday. I'll be doing the team of the week as well. I'll be doing the team of the week as well. What else? Announcing a giveaway tomorrow, so make sure you follow me on Instagram, Irish Footy Vlogs. The details will be there tomorrow. What else? That's about it, really, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I'm going to go and hang myself. That's a joke. See you later. And well done, Craig. Fair play to you. See you later. Good luck. Thanks for watching.